of advice for you. Simply put, get ready.
There's a lot of nonprofit organizations out there.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Business can make dreams come true.
The HTrain Show.
The HTrain Show.
On to your butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Yes, it is the one, the only, broadcasting from the Railhead Station Studios here in Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday Night Live with the HTrain and the Rob, the cue balls.
I'm the Rob. That's awesome. I'm going to use that later. You don't know me? I'm the Rob.
So, before we get started with everything, we'll say this. The HTrain Show, our mission here is to show all our men and women and veterans in uniform all over the world that there are more programs out there beyond the VA. My name's HTrain.
And I'm Rob.
And thank you for riding with us today. All right, so just so everybody knows, we have the sound thing pretty down pat.
You sound amazing right now.
I haven't went on the our Facebook page check to see if our video is playing well or not. We're fixing to find out.
Well, let me just play on the Facebook and see how we're doing.
Okay, that works. And
I get a notification.
All right, and while you're doing that, we have a new segment called Community Calendar, and we're going to break to that just for a few seconds, everybody. All right, everybody, to start us off with the intro, and it's going to be something a little bit different today's show. I call it the Community Calendar. We're still looking for the sponsor, but until then, we're calling it Community Calendar. I am joined by Laura Matoya. She is the founder. I'm sure if she's not the founder, she'll correct me if I'm wrong, but she is the founder of Biker Down. It is a nonprofit that steps in when the bikers go down. The biggest thing that I wanted to get her on the show to talk about is something that they're doing different. I've been doing it now for about 3 weeks. It's called 2 Wheels for Meals. And Laura's going to talk to us a little bit about why they're doing it and what we as a community can do to help. So, Laura, go ahead, take it away.
Well, Joel, first of all, I want to thank you for having us on. We're a small nonprofit. Certainly, as you know, we can get overshadowed by the big things that communities or charities are doing. So, Biker Down, I am the president and founder. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And we help injured riders with the recovery aspect of their injuries. And that can be of a variety of ways. However, one of the reasons, as you said, that you're having me on is to talk about 2 Wheels for Meals. And in March, myself and some other motorcycle-related businesses such as Rider Justice, Made a Magazine, Dirty Dogs, and myself all got together because we knew the closing was coming. And we knew that people were going to be struggling and lose their jobs and need a meal. And so we started it very small. We really thought we were only going to do a couple of these. And we made meals. And I think you were at the very first one. Took some to the VA hospital. And 2 Wheels for Meals is exactly that. You come, you pick up a meal, you put them on your bike, and you take them wherever you see a need. So even though now we have elevated to over 1,500 meals that we've served in these 6 weeks, this is still grassroots type of effort. So if you know of a neighbor or someone that's in need of a meal, all you have to do is come to where we are on Sunday or on Wednesday. And you can find that out by following us on Facebook. You come say, I need a 2 wheels for meal, and you get it, and you are, you go out and deliver it. So it's a great grassroots effort. It's bikers helping bikers. And now we're really helping first responders, St. Anthony's, the VA hospital, Lutheran, Denver Health. We were at University Hospital this weekend. You went to the VA. These are hospitals that our bikers, when they get injured, are going to. They have the best trauma center. So we were really honored to do 300 meals this weekend. I think you took 35 to the VA. And it's just, it gives us all something to do. And on the back end benefit is these biker bars that we all go to are struggling. They've lost 95% of their revenue. And so by doing this and bringing in $5, $8, $1,000, like this weekend we did $1,500. By doing that, we're keeping their produce and their inventory fresh. So when this does lift, Dirty Dogs isn't starting from nothing, and they have inventory, so they're open for business. So it does also help them stay afloat. So that was kind of a long answer to a short question.
No, that's okay. It's amazing. I didn't think much of it until the second time when I went to the VA hospital, because the nurse's exact quotes was, "Oh, we have lunch today. I don't have to eat a bag of Cheetos for lunch."
Yeah.
She was telling me that she was on a 19-hour shift because it's more organized now than when I went to the VA the first time. Because when I went to the VA the first time, they wasn't even letting me in. It was, two people here and 2 people there. Oh, when we called them and I let them know who I was and who I was representing, like, they didn't even ask questions. They moved me right to the front of the line, and they really appreciated it. And I made sure to let them know that the meals was coming from Biker Down. So I think what you guys are doing is a great thing. It's definitely helping a lot of people, Laura. And I won't keep you much longer. I just wanted to bring you on the show so that you could explain to everybody what it was and why you guys are doing it. Just tell our listeners before I let you go, how can they help?
Well, we can take as small of a $5 donation to a $100 donation. No donation is too big or too small, but you can go to ColoradoRiderNews.com and you'll see the 2 wheels for meals, or you can also go on bikerdown.org and there'll be a link on there. Each meal costs about $5 because we get quite a bit donated. So we will be doing it again this Wednesday. We're really, real quick, the Stagecoach in Aurora is now on board. Or I'm sorry, the Stagecoach in Franktown is now on board, and so is the Piper. So we now have 3 locations. So please make a donation or get with Joel if I mucked up that link. And thank you so much for doing what you do for the veterans. Biker Down loves our veterans. We work with the American Legion riders. We work with combat vets. We don't care what you ride. I am a 50-year-old child of a Vietnam vet, so I'm a daughter of, and it's extremely important to me because I have seen with my dad what he goes through. So I want to thank you for doing what you do for the community. So God bless everybody, and we'll get through this together.
Awesome, Laura. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries, Joe. 2 wheels, 4 meals.
There you go. There we go. So,
That's a good cause you're participating in. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you participate with that.
Yeah, and the only reason why Rob didn't join us for that whole scenario was
Because
because
I hate motorcycle riders.
Rob. Well,
They're a danger to society.
Rob has to work, so since he has to work, and Laura couldn't be with us exactly at 6 o'clock, I just thought it was really important. But dude, it really blew my mind that I went in there to the VA hospital and like they were doing this the whole time. They were giving me two thumbs up. They were not only excited, but they loved that I was there to deliver food. And the nurse looked at me and she's like, "Oh, I don't have to eat Cheetos for lunch today." And I'm like, "Wow, sometimes we don't think the smallest gestures moves people until it's brought to our attention. And just if you got a neighbor or a friend that does something out of the goodness of his heart, and unless he knows that it's appreciative, unless somebody says something, we can't read minds. We don't know.
Agree. Agree completely.
I now in the past, Rob, especially when I did the whole skiing competition, I call it. I used to showboat. I used to like wear a bunch of gear. It said that I was a wounded warrior and all this other stuff. And I stopped doing that. And the only reason why I stopped doing that was because I looked at it for me. And it just depends on how you look at it as yourself. To some, they're proud that they was a veteran, and
As they should. Yep. Agree.
right, okay. And then there's others. Why are you wearing it? Are you wearing it because you're proud to be a veteran, or are you wearing it because you want people to come up and talk to you? And I kind of got in a shell when I got back from Sochi because it was a little too much publicity, and I wasn't really ready for it. But I've done the whole showboating thing, and as I have gotten older, the one thing that I've kind of learned, and it depends on how the way you think of it, okay? But what I've learned is as I've gotten older, if you're doing something for charity and you're trying to take pictures of yourself doing it and you're posting, are you doing that? Are you doing it for the right reasons? Or are you doing it because you want, hey, look at me kind of thing? So for me, I'm like, I don't need this attention. I just want to do stuff good for other people. So at first I put this on post on Facebook. I'm sure you read it the other day. That I was slowly stopping putting pictures of me doing things, but somebody was like, "No, dude, you need to put pictures up like that because I like seeing what you're doing because you don't post a lot on Facebook as much as you used to. So I like to see the stuff, and because I post the serving the lunches at the VA. Now I've got a couple of vets that they kind of want to ride with me, and they want to help distribute that as well. So I don't know if we're gonna do it Saturday or Wednesday. I gotta re-talk with Laura to find out. But other than that, because I took up a lot of the time with the community calendar, what is new with you, Rob?
I'd like to, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to respond to what the things that you just said.
Okay, go ahead.
So first of all, I really like when you're rolling through the grocery store, and there's a dude there wearing a hat that says, Korean War vet or something like that. Both of my grandfathers were in Korea. And I like to make conversation with those guys because they are a breed that is going away. There's not many of those guys left. And I like to stretch their ear for a second and let them talk for a little bit and hear their stories once in a while. Both my grandfathers are gone. But I like to hear what they have to say. And the thing to think about too is, you and I, we participated in something that was a bookmark in history. The Iraq War was a bookmark in history. That was a big deal. And granted, you and I had, different places, different things, different experiences, but those experiences will mean something to future generations. Our kids are going to read about it in history books. And it's important to take the time to get those stories out. Just my humble 2 cents. So I like your social media posts. It's a matter of where it's coming from. You're not coming from it to, hey, look at me. I need the attention. That is not what you're doing. You're bringing attention to the organization and to the event. And now you got more people riding with you. That's me with the Motorcycle Relief Project. I'm the same way.
Outstanding. Yeah, and I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Exactly. What makes the grass grow?
Blood.
Takes a certain group of people to know what that means.
Right. So, a lot of people are commenting that the video, that they can hear that it's sounding great. I'm not going to tag him or anything because I don't think he would want me to, but my friend let me borrow this very expensive mic, and now that it's working really good, I don't know if I want to give it back or not.
Your mic? Oh yeah, man. I don't know. I must have misplaced it, or I don't know where it went. But you may see it on Monday nights, but I don't know.
Right?
You sound good tonight. You sound really good.
But with that being said, we're gonna go on our first music break, and when we come off of that music break, we are gonna be interviewing the one, the only, the legend, Muffy Davis. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Leader for Mission 22, practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line. You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
In just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast an historic bell, the Honor Bell. The inspiration for the Honor Bell was about 3 years ago. I attended a funeral for a World War II veteran, and at the conclusion of the ceremony, there were no military honors given. And so I thought, there's got to be a better way to honor our service members, and certainly our veterans from the greatest generation. We had the concept of putting artifacts from military veterans in the actual bell.
We invited the Honor Bell Foundation from Denver, Colorado to come and watch us cast the first honor bell.
Each state line we stopped, we did a dignified transfer of these artifacts from one motorcycle group to the next until we've gotten all the way here to Cincinnati and the Verdon Foundry, where we did one final dignified transfer.
It was a long journey, but it gave emphasis more to what we were doing and showing that the nation actually appreciated what we were doing.
I donated 2 of my husband's artifacts to the bell, his belt buckle from the Coast Guard and his dog tag from the Coast Guard. I just felt that the Coast Guard with the insignia on it was something that was really special.
We have artifacts from each major war since World War II.
The metal was so hot that it basically just melted those artifacts into the molten metal so that it makes those metals actually a part of the bell.
Working with the Verdon Company has just been an incredible experience for us. They've been working as partners with us all along the way, and without them, we would never have the success that we have now for the first Honor Bell.
It's neat to be able to partner with the Honor Bell Foundation that has this mission to bring one of these bells to every national cemetery.
The Honor Bell Foundation, in partnership with Cincinnati's own Verdon Company, has forged the 1,000-pound bronze bell you see in left center field. After the pregame festivities, the Honor Bell will be escorted by the Patriot Guard Riders and Cincinnati Police, who will lead the bell away from the ballpark and begin the 1,192-mile journey to the bell's permanent home at Fort Logan National Cemetery in Denver.
Tolling of the bell really signifies a solemn moment. And each time it tolls, in our case 7 times, each one of those tolls represents something special and something that was lost to our country, and in this case, a veteran.
The next sound you will hear after the moment of silence that we are about to have will be the first tolling of the honor bell at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
These bells will be put all over the country to celebrate these lives of these soldiers that given their life truly for our freedom that we enjoy here in the United States.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android Store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Hey, it's Rob.
Hi, my name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally.
When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt a squeeze of my hand and I looked down, my daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, And when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses, or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them and their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in life and in the arena. Photography was always a little hobby of mine. Taking pictures, I could essentially hide behind the camera and did not have to socialize with anyone. In 2018, at an obstacle challenge, I was just randomly taking pictures, and I posted a few on Facebook. Those pictures got noticed, and with the help and encouragement of a few close friends, I agreed to take official pictures at an event, and to my disbelief, people actually paid me money for them. In the last 2 years, I have launched a website to advertise and promote my photography and offer horsemanship coaching. My goal and hope is that through my passions, horses, photography, and coaching, I can help others so they do not have to struggle alone like I did.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
All right, everybody, and we are here. We are back, and if you didn't know, you are listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and we did something a little bit different. Usually we just do the video and picture, and I've got some high-profile friends, and right now that high-profile friend said that, hey, with everything that's going on with the virus, I've got some time, so we're like, okay, we're going to try the Zoom thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, a good friend of mine, former Paralympian with a lot of medals. I'm not just going to say gold medals. You have a lot more medals than just a gold medal. And she is on the political seat of Idaho, ladies and gentlemen. The legend. She is a legend. Muffy Davis.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You know what? I don't know if it's more great to have you or if it's more great to see that we have taught you how to do the virtual background.
I know. It's so much better.
It's the highlight.
Better than my bedroom. Trying to hide away from the family.
How you holding up in the quarantine?
It's going okay. The homeschooling, let me tell you, hats off to every parent that has ever chosen to homeschool.
Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people. A lot of parents are glad they did not go into school to become a teacher. I hear it's rough. So, how many you have, we met the one young lady? Do you have more than one, or?
Yeah, one and done. We say wonderful here.
That's plenty. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
Rob comes over to my house all the time and asks me, he's like, man, you got like all this cool stuff. How can you afford that? And I'm like, easy. It's one word, no kids.
That's right.
Yeah, no kids. Easy. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. I'm not rich. I just have no kids. So, but
So,
thank
Ms.
you.
Davis, here on the HTrain show, we like to ask the hard-hitting political questions, kind of those gotchas that you don't see coming. So we're
great.
big into those. So I'm going to ask the question that we're all thinking: how did we get from Mariana to Muffy?
Yeah, that's a good question. So my legal name's Mariana, but I've never been called that by my parents. That's on my birth certificate. Mind you, Muffy is nowhere on any of my public IDs or anything, but it's all my family ever called me. So the true story, I believe, my mom will not fess up to it, is 6 months before I was born, she got a little white poodle and she named it her favorite girl's name, Nikki. And I got Muffy, the little white poodle's name.
That's harsh.
We'll never know.
Well, welcome to the show and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Muffy, tell us a little bit, tell our listeners a little bit about, your story. I mean, like, what inspired you to be a Paralympic athlete? Because, I mean, you're not just a winter Paralympic athlete, you're also a summer Paralympic athlete.
Yeah, well, I think for me, my goal was always to be an Olympic ski racer. And that was my dream. I said it at 7 years old. I told my parents that God made me to be a ski racer and vowed that I was going to ski race in the Olympics one day. And then I, at 16, had an accident. I had risen the ranks. Many of you may have heard the name Peekaboo Street. She and I were childhood rivals. She's an Olympic gold and silver medalist in alpine skiing. And we grew up racing together, and nothing would infuriate the other one more than when one was one step higher on that podium. But we now can say, that rivalry made us to be as good as we were. But when I was 16, I actually had an accident here ski racing in Sun Valley, my hometown, and went off a downhill training course and hit a tree with the middle of my chest, middle of my back, and broke my back, had a spinal cord injury from the mid chest down. So that kind of changed my whole course. I thought I was going to the Olympics or hoping to go to the Olympics. And as you can imagine, of course, at first I was devastated. I thought my life was over. I would never be able to do the things that I love to do. But thankfully, there was something I learned about called the Paralympic movement. And I learned that I could still get out there and do all the sports that I loved just a different way, and through the Paralympic Games. And I started as a skier, so it made sense. I started as alpine skier and went to I was lucky. After I graduated college, I did every parent's worst nightmare, and I moved back home and became a ski bum, the great college degree. And then I made it to the 98 games and then the 2002 Winter Games. And then after that, I retired, thought I was all done, got married, traveled the world, got pregnant, had my daughter, and looked at my body and goes, what happened? And so got into hand cycling, which was a fairly new sport. Didn't even exist when I was first injured. So started hand cycling, and that kind of evolved being a typical competitor to going to some races and then to camp. And then I went to nationals. And before I knew it, I was on the U.S. World Championship team, which kind of got me back in the Paralympic circuit to go compete at the 2012 London Games. And that's how it happens.
Wow.
What a story.
Now, go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's an amazing story to tell, man. I mean, I have a 17-year-old kid, so I get the teenage thing. I can't imagine being a 16-year-old girl and have something like that go on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, aside from losing what I thought was my dream, my sport, and my goal, my passion, it was also just hard. Being a teenager is hard enough.
Yeah.
And to go from being, the hotshot ski racer athlete to disabled, that transition was incredibly hard. And so I don't mean to make light of like it just happened and it was like that. It definitely, it took years. My first day back at school, rolling through the halls in a wheelchair. Let me tell you, it was the parting of the Red Sea. Everyone plastered against the walls on the side, and I rolled down. I was uncomfortable. They were uncomfortable. And I came home crying, saying, I'm never going back to school. You can't make me. And then a friend came and said, we need you to come back. And it was my support structure and my friends that got me and helped keep me integrated and being able to keep moving forward.
That's amazing. We deal with a lot of that. Joel and I, or excuse me, H and I are obviously veterans, so we get a lot of that from the veteran community, guys that are at the top of their game, running and gunning, doing their thing, and then they come back and not necessarily in the same condition. So yeah, that's an inspiring story, and I appreciate you telling it here on the show.
Thanks. Transition's hard for everyone. I mean, that's the thing, and we don't ever try and compare because loss is loss. At whatever level it may be. And so it's not to me or to anyone else to say yours is harder or whatnot. It's hard. Change is hard. And it's your support structure and shows like this and organizations that give back and those support structures that help us all get through all of those transition and changes.
Thank you for those kind words. We appreciate.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Now, I'm not going to ask you the dumb question to like when you got injured, did it hurt? But I know that like when I got injured, I don't know if it was the medicine or what they had going through my body, but I was thinking to myself that I to me I don't know if it was a medicine, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't like this feeling. I'm in so much pain. I don't want to live right now. Like, did you have that same pain? Because I know that there are veterans out there that have this life change, and they don't see the big picture. They see the little picture that's in front of them right now. Can you kind of describe that feeling so that maybe my listeners, veterans that are listening to this program, can kind of relate to what you was going through at that moment? Because I'm sure you remember.
Oh, definitely, vividly. Well, when I first had my accident, ironically, like I had no pain except I had punctured a lung, and I was injured middle of my chest. So it felt like I had this really incredibly tight bra strap on. And so I'm up on the ski hill screaming to the ski patrol to remove my bra, which is like not to make light of it. But I mean, that's all I remember. You're delirious. All I remember is I couldn't get a breath and just trying to get a breath of air. But then after surgery and after transition and while in rehab, I was very fortunate, and I'm still very fortunate. I don't have pain. I don't have neurogenic pain. I don't have neurologic pain. And I am thankful, and I thank God every day, because I have lots of friends that live in constant pain. My one friend said it's like he has knives being jammed into his leg and twisted every day.
Oh, wow.
How do you see the big picture when you have that? It's really hard. I don't know, other than to tell you that if hopefully you can get medication, hopefully, whether it be meditation, yoga, there's other options. But there is, once you can get past that all-encompassing pain, there is a huge opportunity, the life that we can still live. And that I think is the best story, is that it doesn't matter what your challenge, what your disability. I always say it's a great time to be disabled. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean rush out and reach for it, but if it were to happen to you, what do you want to do? Everyone's doing something. Like, I know people that skydive, that scuba dive, that climb mountains, that rock climb. What do you want to do there? If someone's not doing it, a kid does a backflip in a wheelchair. If they're not doing it already, there are people out there that will help you figure out how to do it, because there's no limits really. I mean, so that's what I mean by that, is that it used to be so limiting, disability, you know, you'd be locked in a room, locked in a hospital, and you didn't do anything. Now the limits are on you. Your imagination and your ability to go find that support and get people to help you to do what it is that you really want to do.
Wow, I love that enthusiasm. I love that passion. That this is going to resonate with the veteran community. I sincerely appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank our veterans and our veteran community and all of you guys for your service to our country, your sacrifice. I think a lot of times we forget to say thank you and to realize how much people sacrifice and give up. And especially now in this time of pandemic, when all that, you know, you guys do it, veterans do it all the time. This is what you're doing. And now the everyday people are like, oh, what? We have to stay home. We can't do that. And they're trying to, you know, there are sacrifices by not going out in public. So it's just, I just want to make sure that you realize and your country realizes, and we thank you all enough, everyone listening, for the sacrifice you've made, and to know that there are always going to be people out there that will help you to accomplish whatever it is, because that's the least we can do for you.
Well, we really appreciate it. We're also, if I don't know if you saw the article, me and Rob saw the article. We're going to be even sacrificing even more here in the next coming days, because they said that there's going to be a shortage of beer because of the CO2. I don't know how me and Rob are going to function with that.
We have not heard that yet, and my husband will probably have a heart attack.
Rob, I shared it, so I don't know why you're looking at me all speechless like you did on 420.
This is well, that was the most confusing day. So, but hey, you know me, I'm a whiskey drinker, so I'm still gonna somehow survive. But I just feel for all my friends and brethren.
The whiskey will still be there.
Yes,
she gets it.
Yes. Okay, Rob, you go ahead and ask your next question, because I keep asking questions, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
I have no thunder. I am thunderless. I'm lightning, no thunder, brother.
Oh, no. No,
Muffy,
you have thunder.
I was reading through your bio, and what really caught my eye was first female paraplegic to climb a peak over 14,000 feet. Were you a mountain climber before this ever came around, or are you just like, hey, look at that, an obstacle, I don't have anything to do with it, but I'm going to go conquer it?
Well, kind of that. No, I was not a mountain climber. I've never been an endurance athlete until I did that mountain climb. And then that maybe kind of giving me the confidence that I could be a cyclist. I don't know. But what happened is there was a gentleman named Peter Reiki, and he was on a Dateline NBC show. He was a paraplegic, but an engineer. He created this device called the Snowpod. And I happened to be watching this Dateline with my husband, and mentioned at the end, he said, oh, he was going to try and get a group of paraplegics together to climb Mount Shasta in 2002. And I haphazardly goes, that sounds like fun. And my husband, unbeknownst to me, knew Peter. He's a recreation therapist and knew Peter from emails and things. So he reached out to Peter, and Peter invited me to be a part of the team. And before you knew it, I had to do this 5-day long, arduous, hardest thing I'd ever done in my life climb with people like Mark Wellman, who climbed Half Dome and El Capitan, Peter, who climbed Rainier, and then this young buck, Keegan Riley, who climbed Mount Fuji, and me, who my sport was 2 minutes long. And I was like, what? But it was awesome. It was, the ultimate endurance challenge and the challenge of mind over matter, because we use these snow pods. With every arm crank, it moved you forward 1.5 inches. So you're literally like climbing the mountain like 1.5 inches at a time. And we had 7,000 feet to climb, and it was, wow. You could camp 100 feet away, and it would take you 1.5 hours to get there. It was just.
So it was almost like going up a big hill with your hand cycle bike. Just going a bunch of turns and just making it a little inch at a way.
It was a really good training for hand cycle racing, because then when I was doing those hills and it felt so slow and arduous, it was actually fast. So.
I love the hand and arm motions you two were just doing. It makes you look like you're both. I'm going to set that to music later.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry. We have a puppy.
Dog?
Oh,
It's a man eater if I've ever seen one.
a ferocious.
Yes.
Hey, you guys just in Idaho just had your a couple of earthquakes, huh?
Yeah, crazy. We big ones, not just little earthquakes. The last earthquake I remember, sorry, I have a 11-year-old harassing me here. The last earthquake I remember was I was in 6th grade. So it was ages ago. And it was about the same, or that one was about a 7 point, but this was 6.5. My daughter and I were in Boise, and we were underneath a car park, and it sounded like when it happened, like someone was moving above us, like a bunch of furniture really loudly. And I jokingly said, "Oh, what if it was an earthquake? Bad place to be during an earthquake." And then it was.
I think this might be the best part of the interview. Your daughter is video bombing you right now.
Do you see why I said wonderful?
Somebody should be doing homework.
Friday at 4:30. Thankfully, she's finished.
Well, do you have any more questions, Rob? Because I think I'm going to ask her the last question, but before we bring that, I wanted to give you the floor.
No, man, hit it. Absolutely.
All right. Well, you know what time it is, Rob?
I do.
It's time to shine.
Muffy, so first of all, I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you talking to us. I really appreciate you sharing that story for us to share with the veteran community and the world in general. So basically, we got about 2 minutes or so. Is there any questions or anything that you would like to talk about that we may have skipped over, a question we didn't ask, a point we didn't hit, anything you'd like for us to talk about that we didn't get to?
Well, I didn't get into why I ran or why I'm in politics, because I think people are always very interested in why you would even do that in this day and age. So for me, you saw that thing that was just harassing me and bugging me all the time. That is why I decided to run, because I'm a firm believer of stop complaining unless you want to get involved and try and make a change. And I grew up in Idaho and then moved back here a few years ago. And the Idaho that I had grown up in and the Idaho that we now have had changed so much. And we had been, we're probably known so well now in the rest of the country as being so hyper conservative and all these. I mean, this year in our legislature, we had very controversial kind of discriminatory bills that we dealt with. And that is not the Idaho that I knew and loved and grew up in. And then I wanted her to be so proud of. And that's why we moved back. I wanted her to, I'm really proud of where I come from and my community and my state. So I decided I had to get involved to try and balance it out. We have I think, throughout America right now, partisan politics has just gone so crazy. And really what it is for me is people and issues. And if we just focus on the people and issues and got rid of the parties, then it would be fine. So I had to pick a party to run because we don't have an independent party that's available here in Idaho right now.
Awesome.
But I really truly believe that we need to talk about the people and the issues that are going on and let go of all the other stuff, because there's a lot of important issues that we are not dealing with.
Agreed.
So sorry, that's like a little serious on this as I'm getting thrown on the head.
No, you're okay. If this video doesn't get you reelected, then nothing will. When is how long do we get reelected?
I am actually running again in November, but I'm uncontested, so that's nice.
Where can people find more information?
MuffyForIdaho.com. It's old. We're working on re-upgrading it.
What about social media platforms?
Social media, Muffy for Idaho and Muffy Davis. Just Muffy Davis.
Okay. Will the dog and the child be there?
My gosh. Yes. My dog is all over, and my child all over social media.
This has to be a better interview than we
I
had
am
with
so
Joe
sorry.
Exotic.
It's like
No, this is awesome. I love it.
Clearly, you don't listen to or watch the show very often because this is pretty standard.
she wants me to wear the hat.
We want you to wear the hat.
There we go. That is so awesome. Well, Muffy, once again, thank you so much. For everybody else, if you missed this interview, that's okay. You can check it out on the podcast once the show goes off the air tonight. Once again, we've been talking to Muffy Davis. She is a 7-time gold medalist, and she currently holds a political seat in Idaho. And she's told me I don't know how many times what political seat she is, but I don't listen to.
It's not your gig, man.
Yeah,
that's not your gig.
Yeah, right. I just don't do the political thing. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, that is Muffy Davis. For everybody else, we're gonna switch to me and Rob, and we're gonna self-absorb this. So hold on, Muffy. We're gonna talk to you on the other side. Okay, and for everybody else, if you didn't know, oh, there he is. So we pre-recorded with Muffy because she has such a busy schedule, and me and Rob, we really appreciate, Muffy, you giving us your time and efforts, and it's that time, Rob. We're gonna go on a music break. When we come back off this music break, though, it is going to be the first. Well, I can't say that. Not the first, but it's going to be the second. Maybe it's third. I forget how many times. But we're going to be doing the joke off. Are you ready for this, Rob?
Oh, I'm ready. You're not ready.
Okay.
You're not prepared.
Okay. All right, we shall see. We shall see, my friend. But for everybody else, it is that time. We're going to go on a music break, and when we come back, it's the What The segment joke off. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, it's Rob with.
Hi.
Tee It Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Tee It Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, we want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I mean, I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier, and I owe it all actually to this organization. I mean, I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Teed Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown, dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away.
Incredible time with awesome brothers.
I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
I can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had have been for me.
The bonding with the other guys has been just as good, if not better, than the riding.
It's like we've almost all known each other for a long time.
11, incredible dudes from all parts of the country, with similar experiences, similar backgrounds, similar affinity for motorcycles.
Learn more about each other and how to deal with the stresses of life.
The depth of that relationship is absolutely amazing to me.
These people now, they'll be brothers for the rest of my life.
This organization is extremely valuable.
We'll always have this, and I'll always be able to connect with these guys that kind of get what it is to be a veteran.
Taking home a lot of gratitude.
One of the best weeks of my entire life. I thank everybody for participating.
I just can't say thank you enough.
I think you've saved a lot of lives.
I enlisted.
All right, everybody, we are back, and you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and you know we will we'll play our famous "What the" segment bumper, but just know that what was that?
What the heck was that, dude?
Did you hear that?
Are the studios on fire?
I don't know.
Well, you're being shot at is what it sounds like.
I don't know.
Get down! H, get down!
Get down! I have no idea what that was, but... So you heard that too?
Heard what?
You heard that like pop or whatever.
I didn't hear nothing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude, I totally heard that.
Okay, so check this out, everyone. We're gonna play the "What the" segment because me and Rob love the "What the" segment portion of it. And but, ladies and gentlemen, it is I think this is like the third time that we've done it on the show, the joke off. So
What a horrible name.
But I'm kind of excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the "What the" segment.
It's a cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad? No.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the? I didn't hit the mic thing fast enough, apparently. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Joke Offs.
It's time for Joke Off.
I recognize that voice. I remember
on
her.
Twitter or Facebook and let us know who you think is funnier. Wait, I got one. In your face!
Dude, did you have to dig that out, man? That's an awesome sound.
That came from that was one of the first that's one of the first ones that Goose did when she was with us, and
I love that chick, man. I still keep up with her on Instagram. She's awesome.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us, then make sure that you send us a hey, we love what you're doing, blah, 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 okay? But make sure you hit us up, hashtag, are you on Team Rob, or are you on Team HTrain? And we're getting ready to do this joke off. So let's explain the rules. So Rob has a series of 10 jokes, and I have a series of 10 jokes. And it's me and Rob's job to look at each other, and I'm assuming that our producer is still listening. She'll have to be the administrator on the Facebook, since I'm going to be concentrating on looking at you, because if you smirk like that right there, Rob, you can't do that. Okay,
Dude, I have Facebook on in the background. I just got 8 new messages from people sending me jokes. And you people are horrible people, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. They're not appropriate for the radio.
So if you, Rob, if you smile or smirk, then I get a point.
Where's my COVID-19 mask?
You know, I saw this meme the other day, and it had a picture of the mask, and it had a picture of this girl with like 2 teeth, and it said, "Be careful what you bring home right now."
And that's unfair because I've been drinking Kool-Aid through the whole show, and yeah, so that's not. Oh, look at you! Why isn't it a Dr. Pepper?
I know I changed, right? We need to get a sponsor. We need to get Dr. Pepper to sponsor the show with the way I drink.
Come on, man. We can do better. Come on.
Okay, here we go. No more laughs. This is it. This is the time. It is joke off. Let me get a handy dandy coin here, and we will flip. We will flip. You call it in the air. I'm gonna say 10 jokes. You're going to say 10 jokes. I go, and then you go, and then, so on. It's not 10 in a row, okay?
So now, I have never had an original joke in my entire life. Are we allowed to give credit to the people that
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, cool. All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
This is to see who has a straight face or not. All right, so call it. Well, I guess I can't say it, call it in the air because it's already landed.
I mean, sorry, that's not funny.
We're so screwed. Okay, so heads or tails, Rob?
Heads.
All right, I've got tails. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go first. And this is the first joke, and then, we'll go back and forth, okay? All right, here we go. Rob, what did the duck say when she bought a lipstick?
I don't know, H. What did the duck say?
Put it on my bill.
Hey, H. What did one shark say to the other shark while eating a clownfish?
I have no idea.
Does this taste funny to you?
I hate Russian dolls. They're so full of themselves. Go ahead. Was that a laugh?
No, that was a throat clear, I believe.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep it, Okay, go ahead.
I just ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'm going to have to let you know.
What do you call a man with a rubber toe?
I don't know. What do you call a man with a rubber toe?
Roberto. Ah, I saw that.
Take your point. Take your point. You earned that point.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Hey, H, why are frogs always smiling?
I don't know.
They get to eat what bugs them.
Where did the computer go dancing?
I don't know. Where did the computer go dancing?
The disco.
What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
I don't know.
A hippo is really heavy. A zippo is a little lighter.
What do bees do if they need a ride?
What does a bee do if it needs a ride?
Wait at the buzz stop.
I feel like I should get my point back for that one. That was horrible.
None of these are good. What are you talking about?
That was terrible, dude. All right, whose turn? It's my turn? My turn. All right. This comes from Chris Dudley. What's red and bad for your teeth?
What?
A brick. What is that a little facial expression I just saw there? What was that?
No, not at all. What do you give a sick lemon?
I don't know. What do you give a sick lemon?
Lemonade.
Okay. Hey, do you know who invented that brush they put next to the toilet? That thing hurts.
No.
Your turn.
What did the little mountain say to the bigger mountain?
I don't know.
Hi, Cliff.
Okay. All right. Did you? Hey, what number are we on, by the way?
Number 9.
Oh, okay. So I got to bring in the big guns now, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, do you know where the boats go when they get sick?
Where?
They go to the dock.
What do you call a monkey that loves Doritos?
What?
A chipmunk.
A chipmunk. That's good. I like that one. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
You would think that, but his first love be the sea. I saw a little something there.
No, even your dogs didn't like that joke. Did you hear them?
I do hear that.
Why did the can crusher quit his job?
I don't know. Why did he?
Because it was so depressing.
Okay. Do I have another one?
You have one more, and then we're it. So this is the big one. You have to make me laugh, or I win.
I'll have to be on the radio next Monday night. You laughed. All right. How much time do I have? Because I got a good one. This is going to take a hot second. Do I have 30 seconds? Maybe a minute?
Yeah, you have 30 seconds. You can go ahead and have 30 seconds.
Guy in an ostrich walk into a bar. Guy says, I'll have a hamburger and a Coke. Looks at the ostrich, says, what do you have? Ostrich says, same. Guy reaches in his pocket, pulls out, lady says $5.02. Reaches in his pocket, pulls out $5.02. Puts it on the bar. Comes back the next week, says, I'll have a hamburger and a Coke. Looks at the ostrich, what do you have? Ostrich says, I'll have the same thing. Lady says, it'll be $5.02. Pulls out of his, reaches in his pocket, pulls out exact change, $5.02. Comes in the next week. Lady says, will it be the usual? He says, no, today I'll have the shepherd's pie and a cup of coffee. So lady says, that'll be, looks at the ostrich, says, what about you? Says, yeah, I'll have the same thing. Says, that'll be $12.96. Reaches in his pocket, pulls out $12.96, puts it on the bar. The lady says, this is amazing. How is it that you every week come in and, slap the exact same change on that? He's like, well, a couple of years ago, I found a lamp, rubbed the lamp. Genie gave me 3 wishes. Says, one of them I reached in, I said, every time I buy something, I want to have the exact change for it. He's like, that's amazing. You could be a millionaire. He's like, yep, I can order a yacht. I can order a pair of jeans, whatever. I can order breakfast, whatever it is. I'll have exact change in my pocket. He's like, well, what were your other wishes? He's like, well, I wanted a chick with long legs that agreed with everything I said.
These are really some bad jokes.
What are you talking about, man? That is comedy gold right there. That is the cream of the crop. There are people driving 18-wheelers right now listening to this show that had to pull off the highway because they're laughing.
Yeah, these are really bad jokes.
What?
Oh, even people are giving the crying emoji after that joke.
I meant to tell you today, I'm leaving the show and I'm taking my career in comedy. I'm going on the road. Yeah.
You're not going to last for very long.
Wow, man. Thanks for being a friend that cheers you on and supports you through thick and thin. What's up, man?
Don't go by the book. Think like a pirate.
Dude, but you ought to see my Facebook messages right now. Yeah, that apparently I didn't finish on a strong note there.
All right. Well, I think I think it's easy to say that I won that one.
Easy to say. You got lucky.
You lost because the toe Roberto.
That was one of the greatest jokes ever told. That was unfair. I didn't know you were busting out the rubber toe joke.
Okay, so now I got to do this because I wanted to do this in the first place. So I talked to you about this recently because of this whole pandemic or whatever you want to call it. So there's this guy that's in Fort Collins he's created this social stick, and we're gonna play it, and then me and Rob are gonna bag on it because it's so stupid it's funny. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the social stick.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm 6 feet tall. They call me 6 Foot Steve. Did you know that the CDC requires that we maintain a 6 foot distance from each other for social distancing purposes? Have you measured how long 6 feet is? It's quite a bit.
What am I supposed to do? Lie on the ground, use myself as a unit of measurement? That's not practical.
What do I have that's 6 feet? Skis? Not practical. A rhino? What am I, the Tiger King? No. That's why I got myself a social stick from socialstickusa.com. It's a handy measuring device that measures out exactly 6 feet, it's lightweight, and can retract to fit inside your pocket or your purse. Now that's practical. The social stick is the optimal device to measure a safe social distance of 6 feet. Trust me, I'm 6 Foot Steve. Simply extend to protect. Get yourself one today at socialstickusa.com and take back your freedom.
Okay, so we just gotta sit here and bag on it. I can just see somebody buying this thing, and
the man is a marketing genius. This is the best thing I've ever heard of. 6 Foot Steve, I'm your biggest fan.
Haven't you ever heard of like when we were in the military, we would say, "Oh, we wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole." Hey, who would have known? You know? Now,
Guy. You laughed. Point.
Day late, dollar too soon there, buddy.
6 Foot Steve is a marketing genius. This thing is, that dude took the school pointer that your teacher used to point to things at the top of the chalkboard. He's selling that, and you get to hit people with it. I don't see the negatives here.
Oh, I do. So you're going to be in a store and you're going to get too close to somebody and they're going to bring up that stick. Up, 6 feet, 6 feet. Up, 6 feet, 6 feet. If we could do a video of me and you like in Walmart, give me 30 seconds, I would be the most hated person in line. Because up 6 feet. There's a lot of veterans out there that have those hats that says disgruntled veteran. Don't talk to me. I could just see them with a stick. Hey, get away from me. Hey, 6 feet.
Dude, I would walk around all the time. It's basically a car antenna, and I just walk around smacking people with it. Hey, you're too close. I would go to stores that I don't need anything from and walk around.
Right? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Sir, why are you in the makeup area? Well, hey, 6 feet. You're a little close, aren't you? I would have too much fun with this thing.
Oh, I know. Well, now what we need, we got a 6-foot pole. We need a 10-foot pole so that we can make that little inside joke that the military uses all the time, so that we can make it realistic.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get with 6 Foot Steve, ask him if he'll make an extended version, and we will just walk around Walmart poking ladies with it, and we poke them and shake our head. Nah, sorry, nope. And you know what? They would get it.
Yes, they would.
And you got them right on it, real large, 10-foot pole.
They would be, the women would be, what a jerk, and the guy's over here to the side laughing his butt off because he knows exactly where that's coming from, too.
You need to get with 6 Foot Steve to make a pink one and a blue one. Ladies walk you walk around the gym with it, ladies, and just poking guys. Nope, not sorry. You're 10-foot pole. Sorry.
Okay, so everybody, if you have comments, not only with the joke off, but if you have comments about the situation with the video that we just bagged on, that now is the time. Hit us up. That number is 720-619-0627, or what I like to say is 720-619 like Rey Mysterio 0627. Hit us up now. And later on we're gonna be playing a new segment. It's called The Ugly Truth, and our intern Julie Rose Zirin, she's an absolute joy to teach. She has a very bright future. She wrote letting us know that Justin Beto, he's a veteran and he just started listening to the show because Julie was telling him about it. And yeah, welcome to the show, and thanks for listening, Justin. We hope that you come back for thirds, let me tell you.
Man, you don't give a whole lot of shout outs. That's pretty impressive. You just gave a shout out. I like that. You don't do that very often.
No, I don't.
However, to come back to your other point though, you've got some pretty rocking interns, man.
Yeah, they are.
And you work them too. Those, I see the chat messages. Good Lord. You are working them hard.
Straight cash, homie.
Exactly. Exactly. Nah, she's did a good. Oh, and I got to do it before I forget, because we're in the Corona crisis.
This house is a fucking prison!
Had to do that. I love that soundbite. Okay, so we're going to go on a music break, and when we come off of that music break, we'll be going into the ugly truth discussion. So, whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that. But I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not ready just yet. So I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm, where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just totally just level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away, but CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and thank the Challenged Athletes Foundation and their donors for me to get a new basketball wheelchair.
They're giving everybody that I care about and I know hope.
I'm so excited to get running legs.
Thank you, CAF, for supporting me in my dreams.
I cannot wait until we beat this pandemic together.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tim Wakeside. I'm the president of Tee It Up for the Troops. And like you, I've been kind of cooped up at home, and this coronavirus has us all dealing with these stay-at-home orders. And we decided, let's get outside, let's have a little fun, and let's see if we can also support America's veterans and military families. So our team at Tee It Up for the Troops put their heads together, and we're really excited to launch our new Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge. So the Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge is a very simple exercise where you can do it just about anywhere, and our heroes, our American military veterans, they stepped up for us, and so it's time for us to step up for them. As I said, this is a challenge you can do with anyone. You can do it anywhere. You can do it any day. We've actually come up with 6 different activities. Some are golf related, some are kind of social related, like a virtual happy hour or something like that. And you can even pick your own choice of an activity if that meets your needs better. So have some fun with it. It's easy to do. All you have to do is go to our Tee It Up for the Troops website, which is teeitupforthetroops.org. You'll register on our website. When you register, we'd ask you to consider making a donation. All of the donations that you make will go direct towards supporting our veterans and our military families. And once you register and sign in, you complete your challenge. And we ask that when you do your challenge, have fun with it, capture some photos, capture some videos, and then take it viral. Go and post this on your social media sites. Tag Tee It Up for the Troops. You know, add us into your post, and then you go out and we ask you to challenge others to also do this. So the Step It Up for Heroes challenge, again, tag us, include us, and then move on to inviting other friends and family to get involved with this as well. At the end of this, we will be selecting some of the best videos and photos, the most inspiring, the most fun, and then we'll be sending the winners a pullover like I have on right here for Tee It Up for the Troops. So as I mentioned, all the information you need can be found on our website at teeitupforthetroops.org, and you can get everything you need there to figure out how to register and get involved. So the reality of the situation we're in today with this pandemic is that all of us are having to, you know, deal with very difficult situations. But the truth is that our combat veterans, many of whom are already dealing with PTSD and you know, high anxieties and other things related to combat, maybe even thoughts of suicide, they're really having a difficult time. And so it's time for us to step up and support them. And so I encourage you to please go to our website, register. You can ship it up, you can put it up, you can do all kinds of different activities to support our American heroes. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and lead off this challenge. I am actually going to have my daughter Haley, who plays high school golf, come out and join me, because we're going to have a little challenge amongst ourselves, as we also challenge all of you to be a part of this. And I personally am going to challenge 4 people that I want to take part in this challenge. First of all, I'd like to challenge Joe Bear. Joe is a longtime board member for Tee It Up for the Troops, and I know he will enjoy this. I'd also like to challenge Matt Clifford. Matt's a longtime supporter of Tee It Up for the Troops and a guy that loves the game of golf. I'd also like to challenge Derek Donovan. Derek's a United States Marine Corps helicopter pilot, and he also loves the game of golf. And finally, I challenge Bruce Stenslin, a good friend and someone who loves to share things like this on social media. So let's get started. Let's get ready with the challenge. Ladies first, so my daughter Haley will lead off with the putting challenge. We have got a very sloped and uphill challenge with the goal of bending this putt into our circle of patriotism with the group of American flags. That is a really, really good looking putt. Oh, that's perfect. Here she goes. Uh-oh. Dad's gonna have to match. All right, great putt, Haley. Oh. Please don't laugh at me, that one's not gonna get there. All right. I gotta get this one in or I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Oh, that's too firm. Catch the grass, slow it down. Okay, we got it. So again, I challenge you to join us in this challenge in supporting America's veterans. Game on.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise. We'll be right back. You're listening to the best
Sports Network, and you're listening to the HTrain Show.
All right, and we are back, and you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show, and we are doing Ugly Truth. So, in this segment, we're going to be talking about some awkward moments. If you would like to participate, that number is 720-619-0627. Hit us up on talk line or the text line, whatever you want to do. Hit us up, and we'll take your calls. Maybe you have some awkward moments that you like to share. Also, after our awkward moment, we'll talk about 5 or whatever. Today is a special day. It is May 4th, the same thing as the Force will be with.
May the fourth be with
Yes. Yeah, something
you,
like
you
that.
Yoda
right?
looking dude. You.
Right.
I realize that I'm a Kylo Ren looking kind of guy myself. I get it.
So, okay, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, our first. Oh, that's the reason why. I was wondering why the thing was kind of going crazy. Unfortunately, I forgot I hit the mic sound on the thing. Amanda wrote me and said, "Hey, the sound is kind of low on your thing. Might wanna check it out." And I'm like, "Oh,
Just type the thing.
okay. Well, yeah.
She did.
So with the way the broadcasting thing is, you can't talk for more than 5 seconds or it disconnects. And I forgot to hit the talk button. So I hit the right one on the video, but I didn't hit the right one on the one for the app. So there we go. My first hiccup for the night.
That's kind of awkward.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the ugly truth.
So ugly.
I don't think we should talk about this. The ugly truth.
So, there we go. So, it's the ugly truth. And I don't know. I don't know if it played it on the stream or not. Yeah, I have no idea. But the ugly truth starts now. Okay, so Rob, you got some awkward moments. I got some good awkward moments. I'll let you go ahead and go first. This isn't a competition. This is just reading.
Because it's clear I'd win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, now, are you looking for awkward moments that? Now, like you said, you got to look these up. Is this awkward moments that I have experienced?
No, these are awkward. Just in general. If you want me to be an example,
sure. Go ahead. Go with it, man.
I can be an example. And
yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we go. First example would be waving at someone you think you know, but you actually don't.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, but my awkward moment is I was in line at Walmart and, I was bored, and this was before I was married, and I looked at the girl and, I thought she was kind of cute, and I looked at her and I'm like, "So when are you due?" And she looked at me and she's like, "I'm not pregnant."
Yeah, due for what? That was literally, so apparently you and I shop at the same stores. That was literally the story that I was about to tell. So, dude, I feel you on that one. And maybe it's just that guys, we're talkers, you and I. So, yeah, we have a tendency to talk to people that we don't necessarily know. So, yeah, I can see that happening to both of us at the same time.
All right, so your awkward moment.
Have you ever, I love that. Have you ever been riding in a car with a friend? Great song comes on.
Yeah.
You start singing along with the song. Find out that they are singing the wrong lyrics.
I do that all the time. Cassie yells at me. She's like, "You're not saying the right lyrics." Or, hey, how about this? How about you're in the car with somebody, like a date or somebody, and you don't know? And you can't hold it any longer, and you just let it rip, and you're just thinking to yourself, please do not smell, please do not smell. And the next thing you know, it freaking smells.
I wouldn't know. I've never farted, so I'll have to take your word.
Yeah, okay, all right. Just like before I got married with my wife. Okay, seriously, when do you fart?
Have you ever been sitting at a restaurant. You're sitting at your favorite Mexican restaurant there in the Denver metro area, and waitress comes over and brings your food, or waiter comes over, brings your food, sets it all down. Anything else? Nope. All right. Well, then they're like, all right, well, enjoy your dinner. And they turn around to walk away, and you're like, you too.
Okay, how about this? You stop at a 7-Eleven gas station. You have explosive diarrhea, and you hear the door a bunch of time, opening and stuff, okay? And then you walk out, and I mean, it stinks. Because, they don't have butt spray or anything usually at 7-Eleven, all right? You have that, it stinks, and then you walk out, and then there's like a huge line for that same bathroom. So they know what you did. And then you have to look them in the eye when you're at the cash register, because they're like, God, dude, someone crawled up your butt and died. Ugh. You need somebody, you need to get something to see about that. Go to the doctor. Has that ever happened to you before?
Not at a 7-Eleven, but at the gym.
Okay.
So at the gym, getting ready to do a workout, I always use the bathroom before I start a workout, and then you open the door, and there's a line of people waiting for you, and they're like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Okay.
I am a huge fan. I don't know if you've ever used this product called Poopery.
Ah, yes, I've heard that. You spray it a little bit in the contaminated water before you contaminate it. I will also say I learned this, okay? You're going to laugh your butt off, but have you ever went to take a dump and it splashes and then water splashes up and gets your fanny? To be able to prevent that, if you take a thing of toilet paper, just like a long line, and just coat it right on the water before you get ready to take a dump, it takes away that splashage.
You have a lot of poop heartaches, huh, man?
I'm just educating you.
I'm a very regular guy, man. I'm a once a day kind of guy. So, yeah, I'm not really, I don't know what's going on with you. We might want to get some probiotics or something, or up your fiber content. I don't know, man.
Okay, here's a good one. I want to get a few of these in before we go to the tribute to the troops. But
into tribute to the troops.
I know, right? So bad. Replying to someone you think is talking to you, but they're actually on their Bluetooth.
I have done that. I still do that. I still do that all the time.
I know, it pisses me off. Look, if you're going to be on the phone, be on the phone. Don't have that iPhone cord thing hanging out of your ear and then look at me like I'm an idiot. Have you ever seen that meme where, the guys, go in the bathroom and he's like, Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Honey, I got to go. Somebody keeps trying to talk to me in the other stall.
All right. I got one for you.
Okay.
And this has happened to me, so I'll give you this one. You've ever been trying to, we went to a graduation party for somebody one time, and when they held the graduation party at a brewery, whatever, for whatever reason, the parking spot in front of the brewery was wide open. I'm like, what heck? I drove ambulances for years and things like that, and Humvees and all kinds of military vehicles. I can park anywhere. And you try to parallel park, and then you just screw it up royally, and it's in front of everybody at the party. I realize you drive a very large motorcycle with a reverse gear, so this probably works for you.
Yes, it does actually. It does very, very, very well actually. But I wasn't going to what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't going to judge.
But it sounds like there's a judgment coming.
Here's one I do all the time. Pulling a door that says push and vice versa. Do it all the time.
Never had that happen. No, not me, man. Yeah, I've absolutely done that.
Yeah.
I've absolutely done that.
All right, one more, and then we'll extend this a little bit because I don't want to go to tribute after, us laughing and stuff.
We're going to have like a karaoke minute or something so we can lead into trip to the troops for, yeah, because you don't want to disrespect them. You ever been walking with a group of people and miss a step?
All the time, yes. Or not miss a step, like trip over a crack or something.
Yeah, and there's nothing there.
Right.
Yeah, would you like trip over this crack in the sidewalk?
Right, and then I'll look over to my friend or whatever. I'm like, well, you can pick up those cool points when we're back.
Yeah. It's happened to all of us, man.
Oh, here's one. Okay. My friend Danny, he sent this message. You might have seen it on Messenger that says, "Excuse me, this is Walgreens. I'm here to tell you that your medication, your Viagra, and your hemorrhoid cream and all that stuff is available for pickup." Blah blah blah. Right. So I've gotten that. Have you not got it? Because if not, I can look and see if I can play it. Okay.
No need, man.
Okay.
Absolutely no
right.
need. Go ahead.
So I get this, okay? And because of my friend Danny, I've learned not to play this out in public. I'm in Walmart, and he sends me this, and I'm thinking, it's something important. So full blast on speakerphone, I play it, and they're talking about Viagra and talking about butt cream. And people are like looking at me. You can't get any more awkward than that.
Yeah. I get it. I feel you, man. Well, I mean, if that's not the most military thing ever, like if a friend of yours is in like basic training or something like that, send them a box labeled, porn or something like that, or a box of whatever, genitalia, whatever the case may be. That's the most military thing ever. And we've all done someone. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so now before we go to the tribute to troops, one thing that you wanted to talk about was the article that you brought up to me and said, "Hey, we should talk about this." The May 4th be with you. Talk a little bit about that. They're looking to meet military veterans, transforming Star Wars action figures into works of art. Talk to us about that.
So I love the online publication, the Havoc Journal. I read the Havoc Journal as well every day, to be quite honest. The article today, which was perfectly timed because it's May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you folks. For those that don't know, yes, I am wearing Rebel Alliance socks right now. What do you call it? The article talked about 3 different military veterans that take like Star Wars, the Stormtrooper figures that you and I grew up with. I know you played with them. I did too. I get it, man. It's cool. And they make live action scenes with the Star Wars troops, plastic toys, or whatever you want to call them. Is toy the right word anymore? What do you call them now? Figurines? They're not dolls. What do guys call them?
I call them toys, man.
Action figures.
Action figures, okay.
Which is a guy's name for a doll. So yes, same thing. But yes, I played with action figures. I get it. But yeah, and I thought that was just super cool. What is Fritz Jedi on Instagram? I thought that was a super cool one. Does a lot of cool. That's some seriously creative stuff. I love the stuff that people are coming up with.
Yeah, I think anything that they're doing for the veterans today is pretty cool. I've seen a lot of articles out there about, hey, sponsor a veteran so that the veteran can go to like a game or be a part of the team or something aspect of that. But I would love to talk even more about this, but our time is running short. We're going to have to go to the tribute to the troop, Rob. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this segment of The Ugly Truth. It is that time. It is Tribute to the Troops.
All day long.
Tribute to Troops. Sponsored by High Style and XT. Custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Sergeant Richard Allen Essex was born May 6, 1989 in Blythe, California. He grew up in Kelseyville, California, where he graduated from Kelseyville High School in 2008. After high school, he enlisted with the Army as a 91 Bravo wheeled mechanic for 3.5 years. Sergeant Essex was deployed to Iraq in 2009 and then again to Afghanistan in January of 2012 as a UH-60 Black Hawk door gunner. He was killed in action on August 16, 2012, near Shawalikat in the Kandahar province in Afghanistan when the helicopter he was in crashed during combat. Sergeant Essex was awarded the Purple Heart and Bronze Star, among many other medals. He is missed by his family and his community. On behalf of everyone here at MBR and the HTrain Show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you for your service and sacrifice. Sergeant Richard Allen Essex, end of watch, August 16th, 2012.
All right, once again, Chris East, he does our tribute to troops, and Amanda Opdyke, our producer, she does the investigation and the research for the tribute to troops. So to those two, without you, can't make our and I did it again, man. I knew that. hiccup time again. But what I was getting ready to say is Chris East and Amanda Opdyke, because of them, they do a great research on the tribute to a troop, and we really appreciate them doing that. They do a great job. So with that being said, thank you guys for what you guys do. We're going to go on another music break, and when we come off of this music break, the show's almost over. We'll be hitting the 2-minute warning, so whatever you do, stay with us, don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
With the Colorado State leader for Mission 22, practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line. You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State leader for Mission 22, practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line. You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast.
All right, and we are back, and you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show. You know, I believe today is the first time that we've ever did video to where the sound was really good the whole time. I had a couple of hiccups, but, you know, that's going to happen because I unfortunately... It's hard pressing the mute button so that we don't play royalty music, and I make sure that I hit the right button on Sam so that the people on the app are hearing the same thing watching the stream. So it's just a lot that I got to do, but we'll figure it out, right, Rob? We'll figure it out.
Well, and I mean, you're doing it. Normally, you've got an intern who you're smacking in the back. I'm mentoring through this, so you can actually host a show. But in the meantime, you're having to produce and host your own show. So yeah, it's a challenge.
Exactly. All right, well, everybody, it is that time. It is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
All right, we got to make this a very quick 2-minute warning because we're past time, man.
Yeah, we are.
Rob, what did you learn today?
Our audience loves bad humor.
Yes, they do. Bad humor. I learned that the sound's a lot better after Pete Lynn.
Yeah, it is.
Peter Lynn, thank you for helping me. From like 2:30 in the morning to like 4, and then the next day Rob's like, dude, you need to sleep. Anyways, so thank you for that, Peter. For everybody else, next week we will be talking with Brandon Stokely about how this whole virus thing has affected his family and the radio station. So make sure that you tune in for that. For everybody else, we're getting out of here. Yes, indeed. That is the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of the radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight. And remember, we're here for you and not for us, giving our veterans a voice. Have a great end, everybody. Bye-bye.
Giving veterans a voice. Military Broadcast Radio.